Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
I'm Zoe Williams, the voice of reason. If your relationship is in trouble, I'm the dude to call. Has your soulmate become your cellmate? Does black love still exist? What are your bedroom turnoffs? Fantasies and fetishes. Financial infidelity. I'm dating a fat person. Are they worth the wait? Trust me, this gonna be crazy.
How about the heavy stuff?
The child wasn't his, and he still had to pay child support.
It's a very heated topic.
How was that right?
Mama's baby, daddy's maybe.
I just have so many questions I want to ask you.
I just like to kiss you. Is there something wrong with that?
Damn.
He told me he had a vasectomy. I'm pregnant.
Betrayal has been committed.
Hit you with the bad pipes routine.
How does he maintain his humposity?
He likes it when it pinches my nips.
Why can't you open up, brother?
I'm a karate man. Karate man rules on the inside. They don't show their weaknesses.
Yeah.
How do you write women so well?
Zoe Williams.
Reason and accountability.
The voice of reason.
One of my little spiritual daughters reached out to me and was asking me, was it cool for her to let a man that she loves have space to figure out if she's his wife or not? And I told her absolutely. Because, you know, when a woman loves a man, sometimes you give him everything. You give him everything. You give him your time, you give him your body, you give him your money, you give him your life. The only thing many women are not giving men that a man really needs to get clear is the experience of not being with you. When you let a man figure out what life is like without you, it's then that you can figure out if that man really loves you or not. Because if a man loves you, he's not gonna like life without you. If a man can live without you, you need to live without him. Check that out.
Hey, man, I'm going to tear these headphones up, dog. I can't hear stuff like that. I just can't. I'm going to tear these headphones off, man. This is how the church be hurting folk. You can't speak universally about men or women. This is why Zoe introduced E Prime to relationship talk. Here I am over here studying quantum mechanics and being blown away by the fact that physicists are using math that is so advanced that regular English doesn't work. Like regular English fails, right, to create linguistic models that are accurate enough for the mathematical models that they create. It was Robert Anton Wilson in his book Prometheus Rising who talked about how physicists at the time were using fourth dimensional mathematics. Not the 3 dimensions that we live in, fourth dimensional mathematics. So he, or physicists, went to linguist Alfred Korzybski's work, General Semantics, And they said we got to remove is, are, and to be from our language because we really can't say what things are. We've peered that far into reality that we can't definitively say what a thing is. Right? Remember, the word Adam started off as that which is, what is it? The smallest constituent of matter. If you look up the etymology of the word, it means indivisible. Like, that's it. It cannot be divided. It's the smallest piece of matter. Then they realized once technology got better, oh, we can look inside. There's things inside. Oh, the electrons are popping in and out of existence because they're aware that we're observing them. What in the world? Then quantum mechanics comes in. Do you see what I'm saying? So to universally say, right, Robert Anton Wilson went even further. Instead of using E prime as a term, of course, E prime existed before Robert Anton Wilson. What he started doing, he came up with something called maybe logic, right? And then he was the one who took the term from another gentleman, some banal, some but not all. If you start reading attachment theory, you can say some women love like this. But if you listen to what the pastor was saying, who was that pastor? Blake. It was who? R.C. Blake. And I love R.C. Blake. But if you're listening to what he's saying women universally love like this. And that's simply not true. You can have a woman who is with you that has a dismissive avoidant or fearful avoidant or anxious, preoccupied, insecure attachment style. And the way they manifest their love for you is very different. You could trigger an insecurity wound, bro. They love this guy. Not all of them love the same way. And the same is true for men who may have one of the three insecure attachment styles. You just can't speak in these ubiquitous blanket license statements. The scientists said, hey, it creates logical fallacies when we say what something is, when we can't really ascertain exactly what it is. Do you see? And we have to incorporate that, as I've done. My 2015 book, The Relationship Dismount, How to Stick the Landing When Exiting a Toxic Relationship, available on all platforms, on Amazon.com, on every platform, paperback, Audible, whatever. It's there. It's written in E prime. You see? Using that to not create a logical fallacy. It's important. We got callers on the line, and I want to get them in here. Pasadena, my city, I'm repping today. Pasadena in the house. Katrina from Pasadena, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
Hey, hey, hey.
What's up with these experienced vampires? You know them. You've seen them, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, I was married to one, and I think that a lot of what we attract is normally because some of that is in us at some point, at one point of time or another. So I think when you deal with a narcissist, it's because they have a lack of something, self-esteem or whatever it is within themselves. And when you no longer become a challenge for them and you satisfy that thirst, it's almost like a sexual drive. When you have fulfilled that thing in them, you are no longer a challenge to them. Therefore, you're boring, and then they find somebody else. That's how narcissists end up with different people to run game on.
Wow.
So, these are just my thoughts.
No, I'm with you. Keep cooking.
I mean, I have so many. I have so many thoughts, but then when I hear you like flip things, it's like, okay, I never looked at it like that. So I'm trying to be open, to different thoughts and opinions on things. But you did mention men that cry.
Right.
And I was raised around women and men who taught all the little boys, you don't cry, you chuck it up and get out there and be a man and stuff. And we're talking to little boys, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then you have little boys that grow up to become men who are not used to expressing themselves emotionally and wonder why there's an emotional lack or void in the relationship. The intimacy can't even go to another level because we trained them to be tough and hard like that.
Yeah,
so
logical and all that. Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
So the most beautiful thing I ever saw was after my divorce, I dated someone, and I had never seen a man cry like this before, this man that I was dating at the time. And I thought it was the most precious and powerful thing, because for a man to become vulnerable like that in front of a woman, it really exercises a strong sense of confidence and self-esteem that I can be myself in front of this woman and not feel like I have to pretend to be somebody that I'm not.
Wow. That's heavy. I love that. I love that. Hey, Katrina, guess what you just did?
I brought Pasadena back in the building.
Pasadena, you know what it is. If you want to bring your city in the building, all you got to do is call me at 1-800-920-1580. And let me tell you one of the worst feelings ever. To share aspects of yourself. To share your real self with a person who has no desire to really want to connect with that. To share that. Have you ever taken people around your family, introduced your family to folk, not knowing they don't even care about any of that? They don't want that. They want whatever the experience of you is, meaning not the experience of connection, because when you start introducing family members and kids and all of that, that's telling you, hey, that's a level of intimacy, right? No. When we say, where are we going for my birthday? What are we doing for the holidays? What do you get what I'm saying? The experience trumps the connection. Like, it's small things. You bring a woman around your core crew of friends. Or a woman will meet your friends, but not let you meet theirs. Nah, the experience is dope. What are we doing? Where are we going to eat? Let's go to a jazz club. Let's do this. Let's see some live music. Hey, but nah, you're not ready to meet my folk or my people or my friends or whatever. Do you see what I'm saying? Instagram alchemy. When curated moments become currencies of control. A currency of control. Your psychological insight here, social comparison theory, shows how staged images derive or drive envy, pushing victims to overinvest to maintain perceived status. Your psychiatric insight links to narcissistic personality traits, grandiosity, and validation seeking through external symbols of success. Your metaphysical insight. Hawkins, Dr. David R. Hawkins, would calibrate this behavior at the level of pride, where identity is outsourced to external applause. Here's your philosophical insight. Jean Baudrillard's concept of simulacrum, which is a word here, simulacrum, captures how images replace reality making or making the performance of love more valuable than love itself. That's interesting. Images, right? Captures how images replace reality, making the performance of love more valuable than love itself. Again, you'll see all of this stuff begin to wither and go away when the money dry up, when the resources dry up. Your clinical and empirical insight, studies on Instagram use correlates high likes with increased cortisol and anxiety, confirming the stress of maintaining a highlight reel. The capitalist parasite. Experience vampires as case studies in relational microeconomics. I'm not even going to go into that. I'm going to get back to that one. Let's get these callers in here. Attila from Houston, Texas. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic? Attila? All right, put her on hold. We'll come back to Attila. Or she's there. Attila? Right. Okay, she's there. All
yeah,
right.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we got you. What are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, I'm telling myself a little bit as a fearful avoidant or like someone who's trying to kind of overcome that. I get how it makes sense, how a person can basically mistake the experience for affection, like as the anxious person, but as the person who's more avoidant, it's just an experience. It's a way to escape. So I think it's two people both valuing something, but for different reasons, if that makes sense.
Keep going.
And the experience
I like it.
And the experience is like their relationship currency. We're all insecurely attached people. Like, I feel like every attachment style offers a different experience, like based on what they think they lack. If that makes sense.
No, keep going. I'm riding right with you. Based off of what they lack. Say more about that.
What they think they lack. What you think you lack. So, like, for example, if I feel like as a dismissive avoidant, right, no one's ever really been there for me, then I may offer that experience as a way of escape to me, but also, like, you might, as an anxious person, perceive that as, like, actual love or affection. But really, this is just a way for me to kind of, like, escape myself, and I want you to help me do that, if that makes sense.
Lord, don't say it. Is it like that? Where the clinicians at? Call in and help us. We're struggling. Lord, is it really like that?
I mean, that's how I would describe it. Like I said, in times where I was like maybe more leaning into my avoidant side, I think what that person really represented more so was an escape. And kind of like Katrina said, like once that person no longer serves a purpose in your life or a value supposedly in your life, then that's when they describe what happened. But also, I mean, if you think about it, if I'm not involved in an experience with you, then that leaves more time for us to actually talk and get to those vulnerable things that I might not want to get to, right?
In the name of
you see what I
Sweet
mean?
Baby Ray's barbecue sauce. This is what's happening out there in the dating world, in the dating pool for your generation, ma'am.
I mean, this starts early, though. Like, if you want to be technical, I mean, I think the minute we're able to drive, so like high school, right, you see like little smatterings of this happening all over the place.
Man, if people don't get it, and maybe you can help them, if people don't get that relationships are really designed for you to work out your psychological issues. And I know you hear me say relationship is a spiritual school. Well, let's just put it in psychology. Relationships is where you go to work out your psychological issues. Don't go anywhere. I want you to expand when we come forward. More from Houston, Texas.
Reasons. The reasons that we're here, the reasons that we fear, our feelings won't disappear. You're listening to the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580 is committed to self-care and community well-being. Walk Good LA was formed in June 2020, inspired by the Black Lives Matter movement and the beginning stages of the COVID-19 pandemic. What began as a few minutes of breath work and yoga meditation before protests against police brutality turned into a safe space for the community to heal in hard times. The immensely positive response from the community transformed the momentum into a movement. Today, Walk Good LA is a Black and brown-led community wellness organization based in Los Angeles. They provide spaces for healing through community yoga classes, guided meditations, hikes, run clubs, and other activations throughout Los Angeles that attract hundreds of members weekly. With the help of Propel and Michael B. Jordan, they now have a yoga and wellness studio in Los Angeles called the Walk Good Yard. To join their mailing list and connect with healing spaces, please visit walkgoodla.org. That's walkgoodla.org. Or find them on Instagram at walkgoodla. This is a community call to action, a community call to healing from KBLA Talk 1580.
With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte. Let's preserve Black land stories before they're lost forever. I want to personally invite you to be a part of something historic. As journalist in residence for the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, I've joined forces with powerhouse attorney and social justice champion George Fothery, the man who helped make history by delivering justice to the Bruce family in Manhattan Beach, securing the first known return of land unjustly taken from Black owners by a local government. That victory was monumental, but it was just the beginning. For generations, Black families have acquired land through grit, faith, and determination, only to lose it through violence, legal loopholes, forced sales, and systematic racism. What's been taken goes far beyond dirt and deeds. It's the erasure of wealth, identity, and legacy. That's why we've launched the Black Land Lost Narrative Archive Project, a national effort to collect, protect, and preserve the stories of Black land lost before they're buried, forgotten, or erased altogether. Because there's power in telling Black stories, there is resistance in remembering, and there's justice in being seen and heard. This is where you come in. We're inviting you to be a part of this historic Black narrative archive. If you or someone you know has experienced land loss, displacement, or forced property sales, your story deserves to be heard and remembered. Your story belongs in this archive. Your truth matters not just to your family, but to our collective future. Visit blacklandlost.org today. Fill out our simple intake form and add your voice to the National Archive of Remembrance, Resilience, and Reckoning. Let's make these stories live on, not in whispers, but on the record. With a KBLA Talk 1580 editorial, I'm Dr. Nicolai Corte, and as always, we welcome your feedback.
You want some more? It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Don't breathe, 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 don't breathe.
Hello, may I speak to the dream team, please?
Do you remember that feeling in junior high or high school where you fell in love with someone, where you were so giddy about them and they were the answer to your life? You'd tell your friends and they were just this perfect unicorn and they completed you and you felt so amazing. I have come to the conclusion that there's a very good chance that I'll never feel that feeling again. And that's possible for you too, and for a very good reason. As we do this inner work, you're going to move to the revelation that you are complete in the now and you are whole in the now. And if you follow your true true highest, it's going to take away the illusion that anything outside of you makes you more whole than you are now. And you will start to feel a constant joy in the now, no matter what your circumstances are, no matter what is happening. You can still have relationships, but they don't complete you. You're now free to move to the ultimate you. And just this feeling of, I might never feel like that again, is not a problem. It's so exciting because you're going to feel whole all the time now.
Man, I love Kyle Cease. I don't know. I was introduced to him. Introduced to his work by my niece. Releasing Romantic Infatuation. Kyle Cease. He be cooking. I like his work. You should look him up. That's what the last clip was. It was Kyle Cease, Releasing Romantic Infatuation. Let me get my niece from Houston, Texas, back in here one more time to finish her thought on the thought I asked her to ponder on, or to contribute her idea to that idea. What do you think about that? If relationships, and you know, like I said before, I've said it over and over again, relationships are a spiritual school where the curriculum one receives comes from their partner, right? The partner is mirroring their internal curriculum back to them so they can take responsibility for it, begin to study it, and then begin to heal, right? Get on that road to individuation, right? What if we flipped it and took it out of the spiritual realm and put it into the psychological realm? Would relationships be a space where one recognizes their psychological wounds or the patterns that were born from those early childhood wounds, right? And really be able to be objective enough to see how they show up in the patterns they're used to implementing in relationships. What are your thoughts on that?
I definitely think it would help us tremendously, but mostly in regards to like first learning how to have compassion for yourself. Because I think, you know, it's easy to criticize someone for acting cold towards you or feeling as though they haven't been compassionate towards you in your time of need. But I think it's a lot harder to reflect on the fact that you've done this to yourself, right? So, I mean, I feel like the only way that's really possible, though, is by being, like, accountable. And like I said, with experiences, like I said, kind of acting as that currency, to me, the experience is what's getting in the way of the healing, excuse me. I don't want to do a coffee day with you, a regular day with you, where we actually have to talk and have a conversation, because that is going to necessitate me essentially giving you more of a peep into what's wrong with me. That's the real question. That's the real fear, I think, that everyone has.
So this is why we shouldn't have really deep conversations all the time, because the more we have those types of conversations, the more exposed one becomes. And in that exposing, one is shame-based. I don't want you to see me as I am. I don't want you to see what I suppress. I don't want you to see that. I want you to see what I, put together for you to see. Is that the issue?
Well, yeah, I mean, I think it's twofold, right? Because there's the assumption that you are going to be shamed, number one. That kind of denotes some childhood issues right there. But then the other part of that is actually caring that you would be shamed, which is the self-acceptance piece.
Wow.
So, already right there, like, you would kind of see, okay, I'm having an issue in this area because of this. But, I mean, like, to me, it all kind of, like, stems back to your awareness. And, again, like I said, as long as you walking around like everything's cool because you're having these quote-unquote experiences or dates, you don't have to confront the fact, the real stuff. You're just hoping that you can, like, hold them over long enough so that down the line, maybe they'll be so in love with you, it won't matter. Like, I really think people, like, underneath a lot of the facade, that's there. That, like, level of kind of, like, it's almost like delusional thinking in a way, that the person is going to have no choice but to accept you. You know what I mean? Like, if you are able to hide long enough, and I think it's just unhealthy.
Well, I love it. I love the insight. Attila, guess what you just did?
Hi, Bryce in the building.
Houston, Texas is on the board. Do you want to put your city on the board? All you got to do is call me, 1-800-920-1580. When we come forward, we still all over the country. This conversation continues.
He's on fire tonight. It's the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams, exclusively on KBLA Talk 1580.
I'm Amber Payton with BIN News Now. Black Congresswoman Maxine Waters and activists are urging the UN to investigate U.S. immigration raids, saying President Trump is violating the Constitution.
We're here because rights are not abstractions. They are promises that must be upheld in the places people live and work.
They want UN leaders to visit Los Angeles and other cities impacted by arrests. Monday on The View, Whoopi Goldberg criticized the FCC over Jimmy Kimmel's suspension, saying the government should not silence people. Kimmel was pulled off the air after remarks about Charlie Kirk's assassination, but is expected to return to his late-night talk show on Tuesday. And New York City mayoral candidates stayed busy on the trail Sunday. Democrat Zohran Mamdani spoke at Harlem's African American Day and hinted at support from Speaker Hakeem Jeffries. Former Governor Andrew Cuomo visited churches, stressing his experience. Get BIN News Now on demand 24/7 on the iHeartRadio app.
Think It Up is an initiative to activate student-powered, teacher-led learning projects. Students and teachers, how can you spark great learning experiences in your classrooms today? Join at thinkitup.org.
Are you ready to be a part of the conversation that will help shape our nation's future? Get ready to join us for the Left Coast Forum, Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech, where progressive voices will come together to tackle the issues that matter most to working families across Los Angeles and beyond. From economic justice to climate action, from healthcare to housing, we're bringing together the brightest minds and most passionate advocates for real solutions and real change. With workshops, 2 major keynote addresses, and a closing reception with great music and good food. It's the Left Coast Forum, where your voice matters and your ideas take action. Saturday, October 25th at LA Trade Tech. Brought to you by KBLA Talk 1580 and the LA Progressive. The future won't wait, and neither should you. Mark your calendar now to be there and be heard. Stay tuned to KBLA Talk 1580 for more details.
This is Secret Clinical dominating extra stinky stress sweat. And this is regular deodorant. Secret Clinical in a heat wave.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
This is regular deodorant. Ugh, I can't. Secret Clinical with workout sweat.
Let's run another marathon.
And regular deodorant.
How much more?
Secret is the GOAT. Because nothing fights sweat better.
Stay fresher under pressure.
Let's go.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, and COVID-19. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and help strengthen your immune response. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Schedule in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Seems like there's more identity theft in the news every day.
Another major healthcare breach was reported today, resulting in the exposure. 1 in 4 consumers have been a victim of identity.
That's because there are endless places that could accidentally expose you to identity theft, in a breach, or simply by mistake. LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points a second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it, guaranteed or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS at lifelock.com. Terms apply.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. The Los Angeles Regional Food Bank is on a mission to fight hunger and provide nutritious food to those in need across our community. They partner with federal, state, and local programs advocating for better policies and funding for critical hunger relief programs like Cal Fresh, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, and the Child and Adult Care Food Program. The food bank works with coalitions and local representatives to make sure hunger is addressed in every district of LA County. They also run nutrition education campaigns, raise hunger awareness, and source nutritious food for distribution, all while supporting regulations that allow food pantries to operate safely. Want to help? Visit lafoodbank.org or call 323-234-3030 to volunteer or find a food bank near you. Together, we can ensure that no one goes hungry in Los Angeles County. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. You're listening to the voice of reason with Zoe Williams. Only on KBLA Talk 1580.
ఈ మనసు ఆత్మ నుండియే ఆవిర్భవించినటువంటిది.
Atma is the origin for the mind.
సూర్యుని వల్ల లభ్యమైనటువంటి యొక్క మేఘములు సూర్యుని ఏ విధంగా కప్పివేస్తున్నావో అదే విధంగానే మానవుని నుండి ఆవిర్భవించినటువంటి యొక్క మనసు మాధవత్వాన్ని ఆత్మనే అడ్డు చేస్తూ ఉన్నది.
Just as the clouds, being the products of the sun, cover the very sun himself, likewise the mind covers the Atma, the true self.
కనుక దేని నుండి ఆవిర్భవించినటువంటిదో అట్టి సత్యాన్ని మనం గుర్తించడానికి తగిన కృషి చేయాలి.
Therefore, we should make every possible investigation inquiry to know the origin.
I love it. You ain't gonna just throw Sai Baba on here and I'm not gonna be transported. What he said was the ego covers the true self. The mind covers the true self. What did he call the true self? He said Atman, soul, right? The Atman, right? The ego covers that. The mask you wear. The true self. That's the self we rarely expose to ourselves and even our partners. My goodness, if they knew what you really thought. Whew. Heavy stuff, man. Tonight's topic is deep. We got questions. People are all on the line. It's going down. The experience vampire. You know what? I just want to go somewhere. Life is too short. Let's make memories, but let's not deepen this connection. I don't want the connection, but I want the experience with you. My God. Don't act like you haven't experienced. Come on, man. I don't even want to get into it. I had a friend who just took somebody to the DR. When they get back, he doesn't hear from them for 4-5 weeks. Just, well, I enjoyed the trip. Oh, my goodness. Research and concepts supporting the experience vampire dynamic, financial abuse, economic abuse. Scholars define economic abuse as controlling or exploiting someone's financial resources, limiting access to money, sabotaging employment, coerced debt. These behaviors are often in domestic/intimate partner relations. Then, of course, you have romance scams, intimate partner financial exploitation. Some relationships begin with intense emotional or romantic promises, but evolve into repeated requests for financial or material support. Even when the partner does not intend to cultivate deep intimacy, this links to the vampire or the vampiric idea of taking benefit without reciprocating deeper connection. Then you have economic exploitation in intimate relationships, early stage financial investment in a partner, paying for travel, trips, expensive events, coupled with low follow through or commitment or emotional availability. While not always framed in academic populations, financial abuse literature reports that people stay in relationships because their partners pay for vacation experiences, etc., which creates dependency or entrapment. Cost of loving, financial pressure, and relationship quality. Research, ergo, Experian in the UK shows financial pressure creates strain. Younger couples sometimes stay because of the cost of leaving, affording a separate life, traveling as a couple, etc. Heavy stuff, man. Heavy stuff. When someone suggests a lavish trip early, what inner voice wonders who will carry the cost of money and emotional labor? How often does your partner invite you to expensive experiences, but with repeated excuses for emotional unavailability? Which promises of we should get away together feel more like performance than commitment? Oh my God. I don't even want to get into my personal life. Christ. Let's get John. He called back. Mountain View, Hawaii. What are your thoughts, my friend?
Well, you don't want to get into that personal side? Allow me.
Okay, go ahead.
Again, the question that arises, which again, if the relationship Super Bowl is the end result of everything, knowing that the journey requires a first step, if the first step is I'm relating to you, and somehow we got to do this face-to-face, and I know it's encouraging to come to Hawaii, especially when you're not paying the bill. How do I get you beyond the doorway of, ma'am, you could either come to a place or you could come to mine?
Huh.
Because the A place is, no, you can go somewhere and stay in a hotel room, get whatever it is you want to get out of this trip and all that other stuff. I'll see you when you want to see me. Or, since I'm trying to bring you to the innermost, you could see the enemy as I present. And the tears, and the suffering, and whatever I got going on. And you can judge from that point if you want to stay.
Goodness gracious.
And I'm trying to give you one or the other. And I've always asked that before you came. Because again, when I break down, even you said you wanted to come to this spot, you're checked on your allergies and what you actually like to eat, because I'm cooking that. You're checked on the bathroom and the proper soap that you're going to have. Because again, I'll give you a towel which will be your favorite color. You will also have your own robe. You will have your own slippers. You will have everything, including the bed, which, again, I don't have no problem sleeping on my couch. I sleep on my couch majority of the time anyway. Remember, I live alone. There's no reason for me to get up if I ain't got to.
Wow. And you live in Hawaii. Come on, let's go.
But nonetheless, I am going to challenge you with not just David Dearder. I also got other authors like Mr. Williams and others that will challenge you, because at the moment that you give me moment of pause, where you ain't saying nothing and you ain't doing nothing, I'm going to do something productive, which is pick up a book.
Huh. Okay.
You can interrupt me while I'm going through this book, because, again, that's what happened in many of the relationships that I tried to incur.
Right.
Taking that first step. And when I opened up the book, it brought about the questions, and now we're going deeper into each other's souls.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Thank you for calling back, bro. Guess what you just did for a second time?
One more again, Mountain Dew is in the house. And if you haven't had your vegetables, get on it. Have a great time.
Yeah, we appreciate the call. We appreciate the insight. What does their enthusiasm for Instagrammable moments, oh my God, compare with their willingness to be present in small, mundane moments with you? Excuse me. How does their enthusiasm for Instagrammable moments compare with their willingness to be present in small, mundane moments with you? When we come forward, we're going to Atlanta, Georgia.
Relationships. Got you confused? Need some straight talk? This is where you get the unfiltered truth about love, relationships, and everything in between. He breaks down relationship dynamics with no-nonsense wisdom and practical advice that actually works. Tackling the questions you're afraid to ask and giving you the answers you need to hear. You're inside the Voice of Reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Yo, it's Zoe Williams, the VOR, and I know you're tired of pretty gems with pretty lies, where people seem to scroll more than they sweat. Well, it's time to level up. Welcome to Huff and Puff, where excuses die and champions rise. Smack dab at 1221 North La Brea on the corner of Fairview. This ain't a photo shoot, it's a battleground. Certified achievers in the game. Trainers who grind with you, not post pictures beside you. Whether you're chasing your next personal record or just trying to outrun your past, this is your sanctuary of sweat. No mirrors, no filters, no fluff, just pain, passion, and purpose. Stop talking, start training, huff hard, puff loud, be legendary. Where folks go to war with their weaknesses. Huff and Puff.
KBLA Talk 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Worried about eviction? You have rights, and Stay Housed LA can help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between LA County, the City of Los Angeles, and local service providers. From Lancaster to Long Beach, we're here to help you with tenant education workshops, legal clinics, free legal services for eligible tenants, and online resources about tenant protection laws. Don't face eviction alone. Call our hotline at 1-888-694-0040. That's 1-888-694-0040. Or visit stayhousedla.org. Stay Housed LA, keeping Los Angeles residents in their homes. Stay Housed LA, your rights, your home, our community. This is a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
The California Crusader newspaper would like to thank all of our subscribers for their support throughout the years, proudly serving the South Los Angeles and South Bay areas for more than 40 years. The California Crusader is a multicultural, black-owned, adjudicated newspaper that focuses on providing newsworthy information to the people in our community. We're constantly looking for ways to assist businesses in our community to connect with our subscribers. We provide low-cost, effective ways to promote your business with our reasonable and affordable advertising rates. You can participate by suggesting, sharing, and submitting your stories on the California Crusader newspaper Community Share Facebook group page, or visit our website at cal-cruise-news.com. That's calcruisenews.com. Then click on the Submit Now button located on the top right corner of the homepage, or text CCN to 42828. Again, text CCN to 42828. The California Crusader newspaper, working together to build a better community for our future. Subscribe today.
You know you want some more. It's the voice of reason with Zoe Williams on KBLA Talk 1580.
Days and sad nights, you and me, baby, we can keep it light. I've been sipping on your mind since 2:30. I want another cup, baby, how about you? Dreams defer like Langston Hughes. Your color's bright, it's my favorite hue. Your color's bright, it's my favorite blue.
The sense of self, our ego, is actually very happy to be miserable. When we are thinking of our own suffering or the suffering of our loved ones, and we are totally only focused on that, it's all about me, and mine. This can very easily happen, especially when people are in abusive situations or they are suffering a lot, ill health and loss, that they close in on themselves and only consider their own suffering and identify themselves with that suffering. Use our pain and suffering as a way to open up the heart, to have empathy for the pain and suffering of others.
Man, using pain and suffering. That was the voice of Tenzin Palmo. I love Tenzin. I love Pema Chodron. You wonder, why do I play these videos, these clips? The Bodhisattva work. Relationships are about spirituality. Spirituality is about, revealing yourself, accepting the whole you, the spirit of you, the movement of you, even the parts that you don't approve of. Yes, that's a spiritual practice to accept that. Let me get my nephew in here. Nazarene X, Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes,
nephew, what are your thoughts on tonight's topic?
Well, earlier when I was considering the whole element of providing access to someone else as being, something that might have been in the ethers along these lines. And from the sounds of it, I believe it might be important to just reiterate how if you're sharing your time with someone else, like that whole quality time thing or love languages and all of that, I believe one way to ensure that your steps are still, on point and something that you can live with without regrets and all, or resting back in that space where, for one, any environment that you're present within should be basically where you should be in the first place. So it's one thing to, you want to provide an experience for someone that you love that might not be, in your norm per se, in terms of the setting or the occasion, what have you. You want to afford yourself opportunities to live a little or, stretch your horizons and all. And I feel that once you lock into those conversations beforehand, with whomever you're getting with or who you're about to open yourself up to, I mean, it really ain't no sweat, you know, in that breath, even if it's something new or something that's ongoing with someone you have rapport with, it's like really you're there for the same quote unquote experience at that point. And you can make that very clear. Like, it's really not about where we are, it's who we are, no matter where we are.
Come on.
Like, it's us. You know what I'm saying? So at that point, we can remain on also, you know, on the cynical side or whatever. Like, you know, I like the edge or the head hunting side of things, because we in a big old world with a lot of energy vampires out here, and our light could be, you know, just slanging around, throwing these swords, doing his thing. Like, you know, our joy could be eliminating a lot of different ailments for others as we are willing to move in accord with one another. But if there's division, then, you know, peace and love, salam alaikum, walk, you know, step. It's all good. We go back home, stay safe and all of that. Just don't stay stuck in drama.
Right.
You know, and protect your household at all times.
I love it. I love it. Nephew, guess what you just did?
Hey, Muddy Wucky, Salam alaikum, ATL in the bill. Appreciate you.
Atlanta in the building. We appreciate it. We got to double up. We got to get him back in here. I told him he didn't have to call back in. He was good with me. But my brother is back on here. J-Dub, South Central Los Angeles. You're good with me, J-Dub. You ain't got to call back in here.
Yes, sir. I know that. Yes, sir. I understand that, but I heard you make a comment about other folks wanting to pile on me, and my point is this before I make my main point, which is if I'm saying something incorrect, work with me, have some empathy for me.
That's right.
As well as sympathy, you know, and want to teach me and guide me in the right way if I'm off base. But I'm going to be persistent with the point I was trying to make in terms of society. I comprehend that these illnesses are from trauma, from birth, or whatever caused an issue or, you know, triggered the situation that could be psychological or physical or all of the above or spiritual. But my only point that I was making is society has to play a point or role with it because we are spiritual people in an earthly realm. So we have a human experience as spiritual creatures. You follow my point? And
I follow your point, brother.
And that's all I was trying to say. And I have more to add to it, and I will elaborate tomorrow.
Hey, we love you, brother. You know you can call in anytime you want to. J-Dub, South Central, Los Angeles. He one of my favorites. He keeps it real every time we call in. And Andy, listen, man, let me give you all a little something. I've been sending Andy a bunch of playlists, and Andy is over there like a kid in a candy shop. He playing songs from all 15 playlists. He pulling them from everywhere, right? Andy is loving the music selection, right? And so am I. So am I, because these are songs that I have curated, and I've been like, yeah, play this, play that. But Andy is like, nah, I'm going from LA Dream Team back to jazz, I'm going all over the place. And I love it. I love it. But hey, music is a part of the Voice of Reason experience, man. And I just love to hear what he's going to play next because it's a surprise to me. Andy, go ahead. He wants to say something.
I just got to share this, man. You know, I learned so much. You know, being behind the scenes with your playlist to the point where, like, I bang that when I go home.
What?
I bang, like, Jack Herrera.
Jack Herrera.
And Weeping Willow and all that other type of stuff, all the instrumentals and stuff. Me and my girl, Walinka, we playing cards. I'm playing all those instrumentals in the background.
Really?
And yesterday, my girl was like, man, I just want to just say that I appreciate you and your music. You know, DJ Andy, I love you. And like, where you be getting your music from sometimes? I'm like, yo, I be getting my stuff from work sometimes.
Wow.
You know what I mean? So I just want to say that, like, you are helping homes with your co-hosts, whether you're realizing it or not.
My playlist is my co-host. Thank you, Andy. Listen, I started the conversation. You already know the rest. It's up to you to finish it. I'll be back tomorrow with another slapper. Deuces!
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
I'm Bree Wood with BIN News Now. Democrats are pushing the Redistricting Reform Act to ban middle-decade map changes and require nonpartisan commissions. California